Rangers, welcome to Super Import Reviews. My name's Steve.
My name's Arnaz.
And thank you guys for 2,000 subscribers. Or actually over 2,000 now.
Power level is finally over 2,000.
Yeah, we're recording this. We're almost at 21 already, which is crazy. I don't want to say stupid because it's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys for subscribing and watching our videos. Because we had when we hit 1,000, it was pretty special. But like we hit 2,000 pretty quick.
Yeah, really
it seems
fast.
like 3,000 is going to be even quicker, which is insane as of right now.
Because we hit almost 100 in like 2 days.
Yeah, we're already, it's like, it was like, I woke up, I was like, alright, well, I guess I should probably start working on that 2,000 video, and then I got sick. And then shortly after I said that, the next day I woke up, I'm like, we're already at 2030? What the hell? And the next day I'm like, oh god, it's at 75 already. I need to get this video done. And I can actually talk and articulate today. So we're going to go over, as a thank you for you guys subscribe, we're going to go over one of my most favorite Godzilla figures in my collection.
Uh-oh. I feel hate mail coming on. Hate messages.
Because you know what it is? If you guys have watched over on the Geek Chest, you might have an idea what it is. He ranked pretty highly as one of my favorite Godzillas that I own. And the Godzilla in question is...
Oh, there we go.
Mr. Zilla right here.
The small guy.
Now you may be asking, but Steve, that's not Godzilla. I think he is. Because his movie said Godzilla. When he came out, he was supposed to be Godzilla. Yeah. It's not my fault Toho got disgraced by him and wanted to make him his own kaiju. Which, is, to me, is what that movie felt like. Especially when I watched it back then. I actually really liked the film Godzilla. Is it an actual Godzilla movie? No. But then again, it's like, I don't really consider 2014 a Godzilla movie.
No.
Because Japanese Godzilla is his own thing. And even in Japanese Godzilla films, Godzillas are not created equal in the Godzilla universe. The 54 is not the same as 55, which isn't the same as the Showa series, or not the Showa, but like the 70s run, which isn't the same as Heisei, which isn't the same as Millennium. Not even all the Millennium ones are the same.
They're all different, people.
Yeah, they're all different, man. We can all like our own Godzillas. And personally, I enjoyed this one.
Is he a kaiju?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely a kaiju.
So he's going to be on our channel, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, because I love this guy. Especially this figure, which what we have here is the Ultimate Trendmaster Godzilla 1998. This is literally the largest fully articulated action figure that you can get that I know of. It's also the biggest one I have.
Boom, boom, ch.
Yep. Which I like to call him the X Plus Godzilla 1998, personally.
Oh, here comes the hate right there.
And my reasoning is this is actually technically the most suit accurate of the 98 Godzilla toys, at least for me.
He was so accurate, he was using the movie, right, Steve?
Yep, because to my understanding, this is not this exact toy, but the toy mold was used in the film Godzilla Final Wars to make that Zilla fight scene.
The whole 25 seconds?
Yep, so this is exactly what he looked like in that movie. Minus, like, probably not as good a detail because computer graphics cost a ton of dollars, so they probably took a little bit of liberties. But this was the mold that they used, so this is literally the most accurate figure you can get.
Sweet.
Which is why he's kind of pricey. Because you'll see this guy in the box going for like $400.
Why are we selling this thing?
Because it's one of my favorites. This is my baby. I had to use him as a bank for a little bit because some of my stuff ended up getting missing when somebody went and stayed over, so I decided to hide my money in figures because nobody will look there.
Don't look at me, I didn't.
Which is why I love these things. Like, personally, as banks, these things are like genius. Because who's gonna look there?
They'll never look.
No one. And what do you think? I should never looked inside of this. It was like this in Mr. Potato Heads. I had a few Transformer ones. So we're going to go over this today just because I've had quite a few requests for this big bad boy right here. We're going to do this a little bit differently because you can see we're on the couch. We don't really do this too often on Super, which we wanted to do initially, but it's way easier to do on the table over there.
Yeah.
So much easier. But more or less, this video is just going to be pretty much just gushing over this toy and why I love it so much.
And then when we get to closer details, we'll do it on that.
Yeah, we'll do some closer details. I'll go over his gimmick that he has a little bit closer on the table.
Oh, whoa. He has a gimmick too?
He has a gimmick because he can actually eat action figures. His back plate actually will pop out, and I'll show you guys a little bit better. The only thing that sucks is I sadly don't own any of the human characters from the movie. I need to get some. I was going to order some, but I really didn't think we were going to hit 2,000 so quick.
Yeah, it was really
Like, it went
fast.
from 18 to...
And we thank you guys.
Yeah.
Really, really
Oh, no, it's amazing. Like, I love talking to you guys in the comment section. It's great. Hoping to see a lot of you guys at G-Fest this year. But I do actually have some... The Jurassic Park figure is actually pretty well in scale. So, or at least I'm pretty sure. Because what essentially happens is he just goes... So you just...
Nope, arms won't fit, Steve.
His arm is...
Yeah.
He's holding out for dear life, people. Holding out for dear life. Maybe we should do his feet first. Get in there, arm. Work it. Yeah, there we go. We got him past the jawline. Then you just put him in his throat, and he's num-nums.
Godzilla ate him.
Yep, and then you just pop him back out. Reach in there. Comes right back out. Pretty easy to do. And I got some... Oh, so
Stevie broke it.
breaking toys on our video. Yeah, because the only thing that sucked is you gotta be really careful on this back plate because you can see I already have some decent stress fractures. But yeah, he's a little bit, especially over time, he's gotten really fragile.
Sad day.
Sad day, but his gimmick's actually really cool. Now, when I initially picked up this figure, I actually got this guy in stupid clearance because nobody loved the movie in my town.
I like the movie.
Were you in town at the time? 98?
No, I was still in Europe in 98.
Yeah, okay. Haha!
Ha
So I had all these to myself. Which I bought a lot of them. I actually got a lot of the guys on clearance that I had too. I didn't pay full price for my Zillas. It's just sad. Because I remember working at a pool store at the time. I helped out there. And eventually I get some money randomly. And I seen this guy, I think I picked him up for $30.
Let me see him. Oh, he's heavy.
Yep. Saved up some money. I actually paid more for the Stomp Attack Godzilla at the time. I think I paid $40 for him.
What's up, buddy?
And that guy sucked. This thing, though, I picked up and I've cherished ever since.
Good thing you did. He's worth a lot of money now.
Yeah, he was. Now he's slightly damaged.
Oh.
But, for the most part, like, it's a great looking action
Million
figure.
and one uses, Steve. You have no idea.
I've done it before, too. It's okay. But it's really cool with this figure, though. We'll go into some closer details right now, though.
You feel naked over there, Steve, without him?
Yeah.
Too bad he's gone home with me tonight.
Alright, so first closer details, I'm just going to hold on to the camera a bit, so sorry if you guys see a little bit of my stage off to left and right and a little bit of the shaky camera. Mainly because he's just so freaking huge, it doesn't really do him justice trying to do this from the tripod unless I just did pictures. That's not really my thing. But for his head sculpt, turned out freaking amazing though. Really love all the detail work and the paint jobs that they have on the face here, where it has a lot of very nice detail work here for the scaling. He has these very nice pupilless orange eyes, which look really awesome. And I like too how it really actually shines towards the top to kind of replicate a little bit of a pupil looking up at you, but still really nice. Teeth are this very nice bone color with more of a beige on the inside of his mouth, which is a little bit strange, but you can even see on the inside of mine, it definitely has a lot of play though. But overall, still looks freaking gorgeous. Like the head sculpt on this guy is definitely one of my favorites in my collection. Like this guy just really helps to replicate his appearance from the movie. I really like too with his lower jawline where he has these little bumps that kind of go with the grooves of his teeth, which is really nice too. Very great attention to detail. Very nice predominant chin with his little signature crest here at the base of his mouth here, which looks really awesome. Then you have his little iguana neck thing here on the bottom of his neck, looks really nice. And even the detail work on the top of his head is freaking gorgeous, especially with the dorsal spines on the top here look really great. Moving a little bit so you guys can see it from a front perspective, but even just looking up towards the back and going up the base, like just look at just how the spines just kind of curve upward and have a very nice stylized look. Like, definitely one of my favorite spines, too. Like, it's very reminiscent of the 2014 movie, or I should say the 2014's very reminiscent of the 98 spines. But just, like, the overall stylized appearance, especially with just the more sharp protrusions coming up his back, was something I always thought was really cool with Zilla. And they really helped to capture that in this figure here. And even with the gimmick here, like, it actually hides pretty nicely in the spines here, too. Other than just kind of the lever showing up, and you can see a little bit of the seam lines here. but it still blends in very nicely with the spines, especially when looking at it from a side profile. Arms are very nicely done as well, where you get a lot of detail here for his bicep here. A lot of scaling textures here with a lot of the gray plastic underneath, where it's a very nice dark gray, kind of being washed over by a more dusty gray. Like, it kind of gives him a very dusty appearance on his arms, and especially on his legs. Like, oh man. But it's very cool looking. Like, it actually helps to show off a lot of the scaling detail work here too. It really helps to make him stand out on your shelf. And then yeah, you even have more of the scaling work here on his forearms. Hands are very alien looking though. Like, that's the one thing that's a little bit odd with this guy, and why I always kind of made fun of him in some of the videos where he's coming out of the alien eggs and stuff, because man, those hands are just very xenomorph-esque. There's even a lot of nice detail work here on the palms too, where you kind of get this more human appearance with the same creases you would see on your hand, but with a lot of these cross cuts here to give it a little bit more of a weathered appearance. And then here's just a little bit of look on the inside of the bicep here and some more of the detail work here. And then here's his other arm, which actually is in a slightly different position than the other one, where this one's your more standard Godzilla pose, where it's more just in a gripping manner, while his other one's in a more downward position. And then moving down Zilla's body here, where you get even more detail work here for his scaling here. And you can even see more of his spine protrusions coming underneath the larger ones on the top of his back here. But the detail work on this thing is definitely, probably, I would say, the best out of the Trendmaster line, easily. Like, even a lot of the vinyls and NECA figures don't really compare too much in terms of sculpt anyways to this guy. And then moving down his legs, have a lot more of the scaling work here too as well, with that dusted gray paint job here. And for his feet, personally, I love his feet on this guy. It kind of reminds me, especially when you're looking at it from the front, kind of like how you would have saw it in the film. Like, it's actually really sweet. Like, I kind of just want to have around his feet just a bunch of little cars and stuff just crushing underneath it to help replicate that poster. And I think the feet actually look very nice when you compare it next to those. And I'll just give you guys a little bit of a look at his chest here, which is actually very lean, which is very accurate for Zilla. But a lot of very nice wrinkling detail work here too on the intersection of his ribs. And then coming down towards his crotch area, which I was not petting. I wasn't. And then for the base of his tail, you get to see a lot more of the reptilian scaling, which really helps to translate that he's actually a iguana. It shows up very nicely on the tail here, especially at the base. Because at the upper body, you only really get to see it on the lower section of his back and right here at the top portion of his head. So it's actually really nice to get to see a lot of that come out on the tail here. And then you get a lot of the sectioning here too, which is actually fairly reminiscent of the Japanese Godzilla, which is really cool and a nice little homage to the Japanese guy. A little bit more so than people give him credit for anyways. Which isn't really saying a whole lot, because Zilla here doesn't really have a whole lot in common with our King of the Monsters here. But still, overall, a very cool looking kaiju. Especially with all this detail work here you get to see on the base of his tail. Looks freaking phenomenal. And again, like I keep saying, pretty much to me is like the X plus of a Zilla that we will never get. And then real quick, right here we have the button here to activate his roar, which what he requires is 2 AA batteries, which how you actually get those into here is right up at the top here. You'll notice that there is a little lever, and Godzilla's actually trying to fall down right now. Alright, I'm gonna try this again without Zilla trying to fall on me, but you're gonna want to pull up on the lever and it should release the spines, but you got to be careful. Again, we're trying to get this up. It clips in there very nicely. And what happened on mine is you can even see here there's some stress fractures, and one of these is actually cracked when we were filming this video. So you got to worry about that when playing around with it. So this is a gimmick I wouldn't really mess around with too much if you guys purchase this guy after seeing this review. So just make sure if you are going to use the gimmick when you pop it open, not to just pull back, because you will snap those off. You're going to want to just move it upwards and then pull out once it's clear of the peg holes that are going to be right there. If you guys can see them. And then here's the screw hole for the AA batteries. You just unscrew this, pop it open, reveals the AA batteries. This entire section pops out. And then all you do is you push the button. And you get that beautifully loud Zilla roar, which is really awesome. And then just to play it from the front, just so you guys can hear it with the plate over the top. Oh, It's one of the best things about this figure, to be honest. Because even though he does have this other gimmick where he can eat other figures, but I do have Jurassic Park figures that are pretty much in the same size as those guys, so this will work just to show you guys. But all you do is just put him in his mouth. You're gonna want to wiggle him in there, essentially. But because this guy has a freaking bent arm, so it's a little bit of a pain. Probably should have grabbed a different figure. But did it earlier. So you just kind of adjust his arms, get him in there. Once he gets into the throat area, he goes in there very easily. And now we've eaten our human. How you remove him out of the back is you just pop off this like I showed you guys earlier. Stick your hand in there and get your human character out of there. Pretty simple stuff. Just again, be very careful when pulling it out. Just make sure you go up and then pull out, not just yank it out, because you will snap these pegs off pretty damn easily. And then for his articulation, while I got the camera fixed here, his arm can go up and down. Pretty much can go a majority of the ways around, but they will get hindered by the legs here. His legs can move forward and back. But essentially the way they're posed, you only are going to really get him standing like this. So granted, he's got articulation, but it's kind of just a lost little gimmick. And his tail can rotate all the way around. But yeah, the roar in this guy is just... oh, so good.
Keeps going.
Yeah. It's probably my favorite roar of all my action figures, next to the Fame Bite one I showed you guys. But overall with this toy, if you guys can get a hold of it and you really love Zilla, definitely get this thing. It's literally the best Zilla toy, I feel.
I don't know, man. He's big, but the price though for him right now.
Yeah, well, I think the price personally doesn't sound bad. Because again, I kind of consider him more like an X Plus nowadays than I do an actual toy like he initially came out. Especially after he ended up in Final Wars, man. Like, this is the best representation you can get. Which is generally what you're looking for in an X Plus action figure. And he's stupid old. Like, this guy came out in 1998.
He's holding up pretty well.
Yeah, other than the stress fractures on the gimmick here, which for the most part, you guys aren't going to really be doing when you pick them up anyways.
Yeah.
But it is one thing, if you guys are going to be purchasing this guy, that is a good question to ask the seller when you are going to be looking into him, if you guys are. Because that is an easy thing that's going to happen. It's an easy fix, though. With some super glue or some resin, and just pop it right back on. Like, that's what I'm going to do after this video. I'm not too worried about it personally. If anything, I like that he has a sound effect more than anything.
Oh, definitely. And it sounds sexy.
Yeah, and it sounds great. Still sounds great to this time. Because pretty much the speaker box for it is just on the inside of it, but for the most part, he just looks super cool standing on your shelf. But it's just hard to really move him around because he is a gigantic action figure.
Is he big as the 2014 or bigger?
He's bigger. This is actually, I'm pretty sure he's the biggest Godzilla pound for pound that I have. Alright, for our first comparison, we have the DX Godzilla 2004, which you guys have seen reviewed on this channel. Yeah, not even close.
Chomp chomp, he can bite his ears.
Alright, moving up into what we consider high-end collectibles, we have the 25cm Burning Godzilla from X Plus.
I'll be careful with this one, Steve.
Yeah, I was like, don't hurt that one. Still,
he's even smaller.
Not even close. Yeah, he's actually smaller than him.
Oh, Steve's bringing out the big guns.
Alright, next for my personal baby, we have the 62 X Plus, which is the 30cm. Still smaller, people.
Wah, wah, wah.
Alright, I guess a true comparison in terms of price and scale. Here we have Zilla with my largest NECA figure, which is the Knife Head. Who's about 19 inches, which I'd say they're pretty comparable.
Yeah, they're right there.
Yeah, if you could bring them a little bit closer. Size-wise, it's pretty damn close.
And I can hear you,
yeah, plus they weigh a lot for being action figures. So in terms of, like, if you guys want to kind of compare value-wise, this guy initially was about $150 when he came out. Brand new. This guy wasn't even nearly as close. But you guys can guess, like, if he came out nowadays, he'd probably be about the same price.
Yeah.
But then again, he's also came out in 98, so he's a super old figure. So I imagine 18 years from now, this guy is going to be probably pricey too, to be honest. All right, grab another X Plus. What we have here is the 25cm scale Destroyer, the large monster series, who's still not as big. Which this is a freaking huge action figure. Not even close.
As Godzilla would say, whoop, whoop.
So yeah, if you guys can get a hold of him and really love Zilla, I can't think of a better figure to get. Like, he is a must-have for a Zilla collector.
Not even your stomp action one, Steve?
No, cool. Fanebite's neat. Like, some of the smaller ones are still pretty good to pick up, especially on a budget. But if you can get them, definitely get Zilla over here.
You know what we should do for the Geek Chest?
Huh?
We should do all those disgusting babies.
Nah, if I do the babies, I'll do them over here. I have all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, I don't have them all in the eggs, but I have all the little guys.
Hold on.
For little babelings. Because we got, I forget their names, but like, his gimmick was he could chomp.
That's Chomper from Land Before Time?
Yep. This one actually came with battle damage. That was his little gimmick. This one, I believe he just had a bendable tail. Yep. And then this guy has super long hands, and he has like a clawing action. Yeah, it's probably the worst out of the bunch, for me anyways. Kind of like this guy, just because he has a long tail. And then this guy, just because I love his stupid huge head. And the colors on him are really nice. But I do have the babies if you guys would be interested in this video as well. I don't have the boxes, but they're here for you. But anyways, what'd you guys think of Zilla? Would you guys pick him up, or is Godzilla just more your thing? Please let us know in the comments. We'll post some pictures of him on Facebook. If you guys want to click the link in the description below, there'll be a few more, but since he's so large, it's really hard to do a decent amount of pictures for him. And help us defeat those kaiju by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a Ranger today, and thank you guys again for 2,000 subscribers.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.